Here's the brutal truth nobody tells you about top asset managers, the hedge funds, and big players. They hide the stuff that kills your returns, your future, and your peace of mind. You think you're in control, right? You hand over your money. You expect transparency. You expect them to fight for you, like you're the real boss. But it's the opposite. They don't work for you. They work for themselves, for fees, for ego, for the system that eats your potential alive. Here's a nightmare you probably live but refuse to see. Performance numbers? They're spun, manipulated, filtered like a bad Instagram influencer's posts. Those secret strategies they flaunt? Often just smoke and mirrors. A ton of risk hidden behind fancy jargon nobody breaks down for you. Ever wonder why their fees are so high? 2% management, 20% performance? They take a cut no matter what, even when you lose. And guess who's left holding the bag? You. The investor. The one who's counting on them to build your future. It's infuriating because you have the insight, the guts, the ambition to move mountains, but you get stuck watching others play the game by rules that don't serve you. The frustration digs in when you realize you're paying for their mistakes more than your wins. And every time you ask the hard questions, you get vague answers or silence. That's not an accident. That's how the whole thing is rigged. But here's the thing. It's not just about exposing the lies. It's about flipping the script and taking real control. This is how you do it. First, stop letting historical performance blind you. What they brag about is the past. It's not a promise of the future. You need to demand real risk transparency. How exactly are they managing drawdowns? What exposures could wipe you out tomorrow? Push for granular data, not slick summaries. If they can't give it, they don't get your money. Second, break the fee trap. Negotiate every basis point like your life depends on it, because it does. Align your compensation with their actual results, not some abstract benchmark. If they want 20% carry, make sure the hurdle rate is real and tough, not some fantasy number designed to protect their ego. Demand clawbacks on past losses. If they screw up, you get your money back. Simple. Third, diversify your partners relentlessly. Top asset managers rarely want you to know who else they work with because it exposes risk concentration and weak spots. Build your own network of managers, niche funds, and alternative strategies. Don't put everything in one basket or even one style. The smart founder and investor doesn't rely on blind faith. They engineer their portfolio as if their future depends on it, because it does. Fourth, question the narrative on leverage and liquidity. Many hedge funds lean heavily on borrowed money or assume they can liquidate positions anytime. Reality? Liquidity dries up fast when it matters, and leverage amplifies losses. Get clear on their real position sizes, margin calls, and redemption terms. If it's opaque or sounds too good to be true, it's probably a disaster waiting to happen. Finally, demand open dialogue. The best relationships with asset managers are built on brutal honesty. Push them to share worst-case scenarios, stress tests, and contingency plans. If they shy away or sugarcoat, they're not ready to be your partner. Look, these guys don't exist to be your friend or fairy godmother. They're operators in a ruthless game where your sleep and your wealth depend on you, understanding exactly what's at stake and forcing transparency and alignment. It's your job to break through their walls, extract real data, demand accountability, and never, ever settle for anything less than full control of your financial story. Don't let the system swallow you whole. The moment you reject the vague promises and start asking the right questions, you'll stand apart. You'll be the founder, the investor, the leader who doesn't just follow, but builds the game on his own terms. This is not some theory. It's the hard reality. Take it seriously. Take it now. No excuses. No waiting. Your future depends on how savage and smart you get from this second forward. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and open the featured link to discover more.